Okay, so once I have completed a draft inside of Rome, the next step is to get that writing out of Rome using what is known as markdown. I can then move it into my markdown editor. I use Ulysses. There's a bunch of them out there. Markdown is generally widely accepted format if you're not familiar with it, and is a great way to get this text out of Rome and again be able to put them into different places where you're going to want to publish it or maybe do even some additional edits. So what I'm going to need to do first is get this main article page that I've been drafting here open in the main section. It's a little bit kludgy, but if you've got something open here in the sidebar, the quickest way to get it open here in the main section is to collapse this down. Once you do that, you'll get this hyperlink here and you can click on that. So again, it's a little bit of extra clicking there, but that's the easiest way to get that open in the main window. So now that I've got this here, the next step that I'm going to do is click on these three dots here at the top, and then I am going to select export. Now you're going to see a few different options here under the export format. I'm not going to get super deep into these. JSON especially is kind of its own thing. I don't really use that. Frankly, don't know a lot about it, have never needed it. The two that I've played around with are Markdown and Flat Markdown, and the one that I recommend that you use is Flat Markdown. The main difference that I know about, and there may be others, but the main reason I like Flat Markdown is that this is going to export without all of the indentation. So again, generally, I find this one to be the easiest to work with, but there aren't huge differences between this and this other markdown option. So feel free to play around with those options and see what works best for you. But for now, we're going to select Flat Markdown and we're going to go ahead and click on Export. Once I do that, I will get this markdown file on my desktop. I'll drag it over here so you can see it. And then I'm going to double click on that and you'll notice that that's going to open up again, Ulysses. I'll make this just a little bit bigger for you, but this is the markdown editor that I use. And from here, what I would do is just my final edits. So for example, I would delete stuff like this here at the top. And I would go through and also delete all of these little stars here that had the block references in them. So there's a little bit of manual cleanup that I have to do, but you can rifle through this very quickly. And once it's in a markdown editor like this, it is very easy to export to a ton of different formats like PDF, Word document, HTML, etc. So again, Markdown is a great format to work with, allows you to very easily get that writing out of Rome and get it to the places that you actually want to publish it.